Hey CRC kids, I am so glad that we are part of a church that makes a huge impact on our community. Today I'm going to tell you about some of the community projects we have in CRC and how we are being the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 25 verse 35 to 40, "For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. For I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. For I was sick and you looked after me. For I needed clothes and you clothed me." The disciples asked, "But Lord, why did you do this for us? We didn't do anything for you." Jesus replied, "I tell you, whatever you did for at least one of my brothers and sisters, you did for me." Before I mention all these amazing community projects we have in CRC, I have a very important lady to mention, Ma Boshoff. Ma Boshoff is Pastor Ad's mother. She has really been a mother figure to CRC and the community of South Africa. She helps people who can't help themselves. She started her work in a small house called a makuku.
Pastor Leah Kwena came to me and asked for a lift so that I would take her into one of the informal settlements to a school in Rudenberg where there was abject poverty and the children were actually fainting from hunger. And on the spur of the moment, I said to Leaki, "We'll have to feed these little ones." And after that, it was the school holiday. And the day before the school started, in July, I went and looked for Leah. I found her in our top kitchen and said to Leah, "A person's word is your honor. We said we're going to give the children something. What are we going to give them?" So we actually looked what we could get together and we cooked in 2 pots. And what we instinctively realized was that once we've gone out, we can never stop because they're children at the end of our obedience. And so we actually started there with 200 children twice a week. And just by faithfully doing day in and day out what seems to be so mundane at times, God is checking out one's character. That your word is your honor. If you have said you will do something, you better do it, even if it's to your own hurt. And sometimes I wonder if I hadn't listened and thought, well, we don't have sufficient to go out now. When we have enough, we will start to go out. Would our Father hold me accountable for the thousands and thousands of children we've reached?
Let me start about telling you about the Talita Kumi House of Safety. In this home, we bring in kids that have been taken out of their own houses into new houses, and we foster and care for them until we can find a suitable home for them. Over the past few years, we have helped over 1,375 kids. We also have 5 beautiful houses, which are collectively known as the Talita Kumi Village. Each home can house up to 8 children. The idea of this is to bring kids that do not have a good family household into a new home with a new family. Then we have the Creches for Africa project, which Pastor Noreta started in 2008. Today we have 26 creches between Bloemfontein, Pretoria and Johannesburg. At these creches, we provide teachers and children with support, training and resources. CRC kids, who of you have ever gone to bed with a sore tummy or even woken up with one? Well, we are here to avoid that at all costs. Weekly, we give 7,000 food parcels to families. Not only that, but we also have the Pator Feeding Community Scheme, where we feed many families. We also make 150,000 cups of soup, which we split between Bloemfontein, Johannesburg and Pretoria. We have also realized that many kids' church children come to church hungry. God has put it on Pastor Andrew's heart to not only feed these kids spiritually, but feed them physically too. Each week we feed over 4,000 kids between Bloemfontein, Pretoria and Johannesburg. We give them either bread or soup and a fruit. We also have the street ministry. In this ministry, we help ladies on the street get off the street by rescuing them and rehabilitating them. We have helped over 1,000 ladies get off the street in the past few years. Wow, CRC kids, that is incredible. I am so glad that we have a church that makes a huge impact on our community. We also have an amazing pastor who truly lives out Proverbs 19 verse 17. Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord. They will then be rewarded for what they have done. We are blessed to be a blessing.